Hi, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about negative experiences and trauma and how trauma affect your negative experiences. We all experience trauma in our life. And if you have gone through any major event in your life, like a marriage breakup, death in family, close loved ones, or close friends, these are severe experiences, severe traumatic experiences, and they usually keep have a hold of you throughout your life. Now, I have I recently experienced this that in a Facebook group I saw two different women, and in two different Facebook groups talking about how the relationship breakup they had was more severe than the divorce they experienced. Now, this relationship in both instances, the way they spill it out, was not a very long-term relationship. It was a few months. It was a 2 or 3 months relationship, and that got me thinking that how come this pain of losing this person was more than the breakup of their marriage when they were, in their own words, married for more than 5 to 7 years. For me, it was a revelation, nothing short of that. I realized that they're actually not experiencing the pain of that breakup. They are experiencing the pain of that breakup along with the pain of their marriage breakup or the pain of their divorce. And so it was not just the pain of the relationship breakup, it was the combined pain of the relationship breakup along with their marriage. And the easiest way I found to identify that was the way they put it. It was more painful than the breakup of their marriage. I shared that insight with them, and they both thanked me for that. Another thing that I realized was that I was guilty of the same. I keep saying to myself that the death of my girlfriend was way more painful than the death of my father. And this experience of seeing these two women made me understand that I was doing the same thing. I was experiencing the pain of my girlfriend's death along with the pain of my father's death. And this combined pain was definitely way more than the death of my father. Now, when we talk about trauma, we do talk about triggers. And triggers are basically insignificant event that otherwise would not have that huge impact on you if you haven't had experienced trauma. Like in my case, I experienced childhood trauma. And growing up, I was invisible to my caregivers. So in my professional life, whenever my superiors snub me, I quickly go back in time. And all those experiences with my family, all those memories would come back to me. And this experience become unbearable. But in these instances, I have this much awareness that, you know what, this experience is insignificant, and all and everything else that I am feeling is not related to it. And this experience is just acting as a trigger. And even this realization came after years of readings and therapies and everything. So it's not a realization that just came to me out of nowhere. But what I was missing was, what if the event is not a trigger? What if the event itself is very painful and traumatic? What then? The reason why I was not able to identify that the pain of my girl, the pain I was experiencing, or the at the death of my girlfriend, was the combined pain of her death and my father's death, was because her death was very painful as well. So I never was able to see it as a trigger because it was not a trigger. And this is the thing that happened when you experience any painful event after going through a similar event in your life, or or any painful event in the present that could trigger a similar event that has happened in the past. Because both these events are painful, you never, even if you have your readings, like in my case I had, or therapies or everything, even with all the self-awareness, all this self-awareness, you're not able to distinguish them as two separate events. So in these instances, when you're experiencing an extremely painful event in the present, how would you know if the pain you're experiencing is just the pain of that event, not the combined pain of multiple traumatic events or experiences? The simple litmus test is, if you catch yourself saying that this experience is way more than what I have experienced in the past at that particular moment, like in my case, the pain of Lily's death is way more than the death of my father. Or in these women's case, this relationship breakup was way more painful than the breakup of their marriage. That's the simple indicator that what is happening is that the pain is not just the pain of what is happening now. It is the pain of what is happening now along with what has happened in the past. I hope you find this insight helpful, and looking forward to talking to you again in the future.